going on, guys? Gomes are back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video, and today we are going to talk about how we can prepare for the Show Finest program, which is supposed to release probably next week, I would think, but at least in the month of October, because the last update that we received from MLB The Show is that late October is where they would be aiming for the release. Officially yesterday, in not really a blog, but they said on Twitter, along with the release of Ticket Counter Yogi Berra. Of course, I'm sure you guys have already seen that by now, but anyway, they did also say they would have new information about the Show Finest program coming out next Friday in the blog. So I would assume that means we get some kind of content next week, and then maybe like on Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday of because I believe Halloween, the 31st of October, is on Wednesday, so maybe they're going to release it then. I'm not really too sure because, of course, they are going to have to release the Halloween equipment program, but nonetheless, they did say they are aiming for late October for the Show Finest program. But if you guys are new to the game and you weren't playing last year, this is what the Show Finest program pretty much is. The Show Finest program is kind of a flashback, recollecting on the year that a player had. So a perfect example would be a guy like Christian Yelich, who would be a prime example of a guy that would get the Show Finest card. He's only an 86 overall on his live series card, but in my opinion, he's probably going to be the MVP of the National League. So I could see him getting like a 94 overall flashback from this year. Another good example from the American League would be Blake Snell. He's not even a diamond player. Of course, he's only an 83 overall, but there's no argument he was at least one of the best pitchers of baseball. In my opinion, he is going to be the American League Cy Young Award winner. Had an amazing year, fantastic season for the Rays, of course, but obviously he's only an 83 overall. So once again, I could see him getting like a 92, 93, the Show Finest card. And that's pretty much what it is. Of course, last year, I think we got somewhere along the lines of like 15. Something like that. Guys that I know got them were like Joey Votto got one, Kenley Jansen got one, Charlie Blackmon, those kind of guys. So it's just a fun little thing because, of course, you know, most of the cards in this game, or pretty much all of them, are, you know, flashbacks to a certain year, such as this Adam Jones to 2012, or it's a legend card like Eddie Murray of this year, or of course Immortals that were introduced this year as well. But the way they did it last year is a little bit different than I think they're gonna do it this year, because last year, if you guys do remember, pretty much they had the Show Finest cards in the ticket counter. They had a couple that were exclusively in the ticket counter. That's the only way you could get them. And also the rest were in packs, so they were on the market. And then finally, the highest one was a 99 overall Jose Altuve, which obviously was the best card of the bunch, or at least the highest overall. I think there was other 99 overalls, but Altuve was like the program set reward. And I don't know if they're gonna do that this year because, like I said, they were on the marketplace. But if you guys remember, this year they are tied into this Dennis Eckersley, George Brett, and Mike Trout Immortal program, where first you have the future stars, then you have the Show Finest, and then the postseason, which is going to be this year's postseason. So last year, remember how we got the 95 George Springer World Series MVP flashback card. It's going to be this. It's not going to be like a Reggie Jackson. It's going to be from this current postseason. But as you guys can see, the future star programs, you don't have to put anything into those. I mean, obviously, these, you just have to grind and you get cards. And that's how you work alongside the program. And I kind of think that's what they're going to do for the Show Finest and the postseason program. Is they're going to have it similar to this, where maybe they put one out in the ticket counter. I don't really know, because I think they want to have everybody to have a chance to get Eckersley, George Brett, and Mike Trout. And the only way you're going to get Mike Trout, which is the highest reward, is if you're able to complete the Future Star programs, the Finest program, and the postseason program. So if they did make it so, you know, they had all the Show Finest cards on the marketplace, a lot of people don't necessarily have the stubs. You guys can see right now, my stubs aren't that high because I've actually been working on the live series collector. I just need 4 teams left: the Mets, the Astros, the Indians, and the Red Sox, which is going to be in total about 350 stubs, maybe about 400,000, and then I'm gonna have 99 Immortal Vladimir Guerrero. So that's kind of where I'm investing all my stubs into, and I don't know if I really want to spend a lot on the Show Finest program because I kind of want to get this done. So I really don't think they are going to do it, so we have to spend stubs, but then again, I don't know. So that gets into how exactly we can prepare for them. And the first thing, plain and simple, is to save up your tickets. Of course, we just did get this Immortal Yogi Bear in the ticket counter. In my opinion, I don't really think he's worth the 12,000 ticket price that he is worth. Obviously, I don't have the tickets, but even if I did have the tickets, I would not get him just because, I mean, I don't think he's a bad card necessarily, but that's a different point. But anyway, saving up tickets is going to be the most important thing for you to do. And if you have not yet finished the Future Star programs, I would very much so recommend that you do this, because just for every single tier, that's 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. That's 250, 500, 750, 1000, 1250, 1500 tickets right there. And then if you put that into there, that is 1500, 1750, 2000, 2250 tickets right off the bat, just if you finish all the Future Star programs, which I am probably going to knock out those this weekend. So that's a lot of tickets in a short amount of time that will not take you too long. Also, the postseason program, which I would also recommend that you guys get done pretty quickly. You guys only have about 11 more days to do so. That's still like 50, 100, 150, 250, 350 tickets. So that's going to be about 2,700 now that you're going to get. And also remember to do these. This is the most important thing that you guys should be doing if you are concerned about your tickets, is the monthly programs for October. As you guys can see, a lot of this is just accumulating stats. Obviously, once I grind a little bit more this weekend, I'm going to get that done, really no problem. And you guys get a lot of tickets. You get 1,300. That would be 1,550. Oh my god, I don't like doing all this math. 1,700, 1,850, 1,900. I think it's like 1,900 or 2,000. Nonetheless, that's going to be close to about 4,500 tickets that you get from doing this, the postseason program and the Future Star programs. And the beautiful thing about it is you can do this all in once. As you guys can see right now, my lineup is built to do the Future Star programs as well as to do the postseason programs and the October programs, because there's stuff along the lines where you need like postseason hitting stats. So I'm getting progress done on all three at the same time, so I will be able to finish them, and that's going to be 4,500 tickets when it's all said and done for those three programs in total. So I really think that is worth it, and of course that is going to also bring your XP level up as well, because obviously if they are in the ticket counter, I don't know exactly what level they would require you to be, because I don't know what overall the finest program is going to be. Last year, of course, I think it was released like in January or December, and obviously it's only late October right now, and obviously we haven't gotten too many like high overall flashbacks. As you guys can see, the highest overall flashback or legend in the game that's not an immortal, I believe, is well, technically in the collector program you get like 98 Jeff Bagwell, but you get the point. There's really not too many high overall flashback cards, so I don't know exactly what they're gonna do with that, but nonetheless, I would assume maybe around like 95s or something would be like the highest, maybe a 96, 97. Nonetheless, you guys are probably going to have to be at least like a gold 50, so if you need to get your XP level up, doing those programs not only will get you tickets, but also will get your XP level up as well. And then, of course, if they do decide to do it like last year, which, like I said, I don't think they're going to do, but it is very possible. You guys know I've been wrong about things before. I said that Reggie Jackson was going to be the ticket counter immortal, and yes, I am aware that I got that wrong, and I promised giveaways if I did get that wrong. So I will be doing a stream where we will be doing that stuff later on this week, or throughout the week. It's Saturday, but you guys get the point. Nonetheless, if you guys do need some ways to make stubs, this is currently my best my go-to method to go with. Basically, all you're gonna need is a diamond baseball, and you're gonna need 2 silver baseballs or 2 bronze baseballs. Overall, it's not gonna really cost you too much. I'll get into pricing in just a second, but you're gonna have to put those 2 in there, and you will get a 3 souvenir gold jersey pack. Obviously, if you guys have missed my latest how to make stub method video, make sure to check that out for the full information and stuff. This is kind of just recapping it, but this is what I did talk about. As you guys can see, we get 3 jerseys. We get a Blue Jays, a Twins, and a Reds. That honestly really not the best round, so I did have enough to do that twice because I kind of want to redo it just to show you guys you can really get a lot of stubs out of that, because some of the gold jerseys do go for a lot, like the Braves go for a lot, the Cardinals, the Angels. If you guys have been messing around with the market as much as me this year, you guys probably have a good idea of which teams go for a lot, because obviously, like the Braves, that's needed for like the Chipper Jones immortal, the Babe Ruth immortal. Pujols needs Cardinals and Angels jerseys, so those are usually more expensive. Okay, now we get a Dodgers, a Giants, and a Cubs. That is a little bit better, and just to show you guys pretty quickly how much you are going to make off of that, if we look at the jerseys, the Cubs, that's going to go for about $350, I think. Oh my god, I'm already starting to forget. So that's gonna be about $12.50 with the Dodgers, and I think I have to check, I forgot the other one. I have short-term memory loss, damn it. Don't judge me, but anyway, you guys get the point. We do make quite a bit of stubs. We probably made at least 1,000 stubs. I think it was Giants. And then goes Giants. So that's going to be about $1,650, 1,700 stubs, and I think you only have to put in about 700. So, you know, snap of the fingers, we just made 1,000 stubs. Really quick, really simple. And that is really how you guys are going to best be able to prepare for the finest program. Like I said, I will release another video once more information is clear, and I will tell you guys a little bit more in depth on how you guys can get ready for it. And of course, once we learn who the finest program players are. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are great today, and the day guys comes out. Yay.